Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about something a little bit different. I want to share with you that I love coloring and my favorite media are color pencils. So today we're gonna talk about that. But first of all, I wanna share with you this book that I created, and I used some mixed media paper to create the signatures. And then for the covers, I used paperboard from a cereal box, and then used this beautiful paper that I had on my stash, and the shiny layer that you see is packing tape, because this book is gonna be used every day. I am challenging myself this year to learn how to draw, and so that's why I made this book, because I wanted to really get into that. And for the binding, I use this Weird Memory Keepers binding tool, and the kit brings this kind of ruler and brings the needles and everything that you need to create 3 different stitches. So I'm gonna be sharing with you as soon as I start working on this book, but I think it's a nice way to encourage myself to really achieve this goal during this 2021. Okay, so let's talk about colored pencils. I created these samples because I have a project in mind, and I will be using a doll, and she needs to be in a dark skin tone, and so I tried all the color pencils that I own and made these samples so it's easier for me to see what is it that I'm looking for and what colors work best, and the shade that I want to achieve for this coming project. So I'm going to be showing you the colors and the color pencils that I used, and explain a little bit of each one of them in case you have them or you want to get a set of pencils, so you kind of know what is it that you're looking for and which ones work best for you. So this first dolly is colored using the Crayola Colors of the World pencils, and I just used 3 different colors. As you see, I used the extra deep rose, deep golden, and light medium golden. These pencils have great tones when you look at them. I got a box of 24 different colors, and I keep them in a wooden box because I had the space over there for them. So I usually don't keep the paperboard boxes because it's easier for me to keep all of my pencils together, and that's why I can show you this box. But I like the shades of these pencils, and they blend, I would say, really good. But when you use the lighter colors, it's hard for you to really look at the shades. So I am thinking that I will be using these pencils just for dark tones. But yes, I had no trouble blending them, and I'm using regular white cardstock. So as you can see over here, you can see the transition from color to color, and I really like these pencils. Okay, then for the second one, I use another set of pencils, and this one comes from Amazon. They are called Amazon Basics Premium Color Pencils, and they come in different tins. I got the smallest one that has 24 colors, and I used these 3 different shades, and their names are Brick Red, Burnt Ochre, and Brown Van Dyke Brown. So there are 4 different shades. And as you can see, one of the browns turn a little bit yellowish, and they're really bright, and they're super easy to blend. So I think that for this one, I will have to take off the one that is giving me this yellowish shade, but for the other review for these pencils, I really like them. Then I use my favorite ones, and they're the Prismacolor. I know they are kind of pricey, and if you have the money, of course, they are so worth it to get them. But if you don't have them, or you prefer to use another kind of pencils, that's fine. But they are super easy to use. They are so blendable. I really love them. So for this doll, I used 4 shades. I used a peach beige, I used chocolate, I used dark brown, and I used brown sienna. If you see, they look really smooth, and the transition between colors is really nice. I love these pencils. Then for this other sample over here, these are my newest addition to my collection, and they are the Black Widow skin waxed color pencils. They come in different tones. Of course, I got the dark ones because of the project that I am working on. Of course, I don't like spiders at all. I'm so afraid of them. Like, I think spiders are my phobia. I can't stand them, not even in a sticker. I can't. So I had to put a sticker over here and then over here, because of course the brand is Black Widow. Guess what? There is a Black Widow under the stickers, and I wouldn't be able to use these pencils if I have to look at that horrible creature. Okay, so for this doll, she got a very dark tone, and that is because I used 5 different shades over here. I used olive brown, I used negra, I used cinnamon, I used chalk tone, and mud. So these are the 5 shades for this doll, and if you see, they look amazing together, and I had an amazing experience using these pencils. They are very smooth, they blend perfectly. So I would say that if you don't want to invest your money in the Prismacolor ones, this is your first option. Super nice to work with these pencils. I love them. I am actually thinking about getting the other tones because they are really easy to use, and if you see, the doll looks amazing. I really love how these pencils work. Okay, then I use another Crayola pencils, and they are called the Crayola Signature, and they come in this beautiful tin. I love it. And this tin brings 24 pencils. Just let me take out my phone. Thank you. And so I used for this doll 4 different colors. Okay, I used tan, I used light brown, I used violet, and then I used brown. They are super easy to use. They blend really well, and if you see the tone, it's very different from the others, but I really like it. So these pencils, I love them very much. I use them a lot, and I am very happy with this tone. Super adorable. Then I used another tin, and these are the Jane Davenport, and these are more pastel colors, more soft colors, and depending on the shade that you're using, you are going to see that sometimes they don't blend too well when you join two colors together, but for the most part they work really well. However, when I use the three different colors that I work with for this doll, I used the Kiss Kiss, I used Bear, and I used Eclipse. If you see the darker one started like to chip over here, so that means they are not blending well. So I might be using only two colors, or start with the darkest one and see what happens. But I always start with the lightest one and then go from there to the darkest one. So I really like the blending over here, but when then I apply the darkest one, this happened. Okay, but for the most part, I usually use these pencils when I am working with fairies or unicorns or mermaids, because then these really soft pastels colors, they blend together really well. So this is my other set. And then I used another brand that is called Prang, and these I keep them in this bag, and this is how they look. This is a cheap brand. I remember that I got these pencils maybe like less than $10 a couple of years ago, but I really like them because if you see, they blend really well, and that is what matters to me. Maybe I will have to be changing the colors, I don't know, but I really like this. For this one I use magenta, sienna, gold, and brown. So this really looks very nice. I like this one. Then I use another set for this one, and these are called Fantasia, and these pencils I got them at AC Moore, and they came 48 in the tin, but it was like too big, so I had to put them in this bag because they work best for me. And I really like these colors. I haven't seen them anywhere else. It is too bad that AC Moore closed, and I will be very happy if I can find these pencils somewhere else, because they are really nice. I love all the colors, and they blend really good. And for this one I also use 4 different colors. They don't have names, they just have numbers. So I used 9, 41, 44, and 49. Super nice pencils. Okay, so let's go to the second part. Then for this doll I used these Staedtler pencils, and for this box of pencils I paid like $1 because I found them at the thrift store, and they have, I love the shape because it's easier for me to grab them and to use them, and they don't blend as well as other pencils, but I mean, we could do something with these pencils, and let me show you something, because with the Prismacolor pencils, you can get this colorless crayon, and just let me clean it. I usually don't use this pencil because the Prismacolor pencils are super smooth and they blend really well, but in this case I could totally use this pencil, and look at that. With this pencil you can blend, and look at that, oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. You can erase the harsh lines and make the transition from color to color. And look at that. Super fantastic. I love that. So these pencils, I'm not sure of the price of these, but I don't think they're gonna be more than $10. And if you want to get them, this is your option. You need this. Look at that. Amazing. I love it. Then for this doll, I love Crayola brand, by the way. I think it reminds me of my childhood. I don't know, but I just love even the smell of these crayons. I love opening this little bag. So these are the regular Crayola pencils that kids have in their pencil boxes and pouches. Nothing special, just the regular Crayola pencils. And for the, look at that. Love these Crayola pencils. I love them. So for this doll, I used tan, light brown, brown, and black. And look at that. She looks amazing. And then in this same bag, I have other Crayola pencils, but these are the erasable ones. And that means that they have this eraser in the color of the pencil. But these are definitely not an option. I don't even know why I got them. But look at that. Look at that. This looks awful. It is like you color, and then when you grab the next shade, it starts sticking on top of that, but not in a good way. So I don't recommend them for coloring, at least not the skin, because they really don't look that good. But for this one, I use tan, light brown, brown, and mahogany. But nothing is happening there. So no. These ones, they look adorable. They have beautiful colors. But let's use this just as a decoration in our table, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to color one using the Prismacolor ones, because of course those are my favorite pencils, and I think that most of us have those pencils. So I'm gonna put this one over here. And what I do is that I usually start with the lightest color, and I don't grab my pencil over here, but very far from the tip. And I just go all the way. This is like priming your canvas. So that's what you do with your image. Okay. Very soft, in order to prime all the space in the image that you need to color. No harsh lines. Just preparing your dolly to look beautiful. You see? Then I'm going to go with chocolate, and I'm gonna start shading. Very soft. You don't need to put a lot of pressure. Just going and having fun. As always, please remember, the secret is when you're creating something, when you're coloring something, have fun. No pressure. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is only you in your space creating beautiful things. Okay? So if you see the layering of the colors, you need to build up your colors. So you need to go really soft, no pressure. Like, you really need to make the colors super bright, because that is gonna come as you go with one color on top of the other. Okay? I'm sorry if my hand is on the way, but that's the only way to color this dolly. Okay. Of course, this takes a little bit of time, but that's the only way. And then I go again with chocolate, because that's the way you need to blend your colors and build up all the base, right? Okay, and then I go with my darkest one, that is dark brown. And I'm gonna go just a little bit, because that is gonna give the shade and the depth and everything that you need in the border of your image. Okay, so here we go, and then we go again with chocolate. And then I go again with this one, that is sienna brown. And if you see, with the same pencil you go on top of the other, and the transition starts going really well. And look at that. And then I'm gonna go with the lightest one again, and I'm gonna fill in all the space. I need to try this a little bit. And if you see, depending on how you apply the color, then you're gonna have different shades using the same pencils. And to me, this doll is ready. But in case you want to do it and make it look smoother, you can always use your colorless pencil and just go on top of it, and it is gonna make all the colors blend even more. I don't have my brush over here, because I usually have a brush just to take care of all those little tiny pieces that come off the pencils. But there you go. You see, it looks completely different depending on how you apply the colors. But that's how you color a dark skin tone, and all the different brands of crayons that you can find. So this is my share for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please write them down below in the comments. I will be more than happy to get back to you as soon as I can. And of course, remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And of course, hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is up. But in the meantime, take care and see you very soon. Bye!